G'day folks, Ben here, Gold Diggers. Brand new series coming out for your entertainment. We're going to be talking about, from a metal detecting point of view, coins. Okay, we're going to have a deep dive into coins. This is the episode. This isn't even episode 1. This is the pre-lineup for you to watch episode 1, where each of the episodes will dive into a type of coin. We'll dive into pennies, we'll dive into sovereigns, we'll dive into all sorts of stuff. However, this one we want to talk about the grading of coins. Okay, so the grading of coins can affect the price of coins and what you should do with coins when you find them. So obviously, we won't necessarily talk about proof coins. Proof coins are a whole different thing. They are completely uncirculated, and we as detectorists do not find proof coins. But later in this episode, we'll show you what the price can do with proof coins. Normally they're investment coins, so we're really only talking about metal detecting coins. So let's get straight into it. We're going to start at the top grades. We're going to start at gem, and we're going to work our way to good. So we've got gem up there behind us on the screen. It is basically a perfect coin, okay? As you can see there, very, very few marks, barely visible marks to the naked eye. Everything is raised how the coin should be. Take note of the crown there on this florin, and the lettering, all very, very sharp. Basically looks exactly how it should look. Okay, so the next one is choice. The choice uncirculated. Okay, now what we're starting to get is a little bit of detail missing from the high points of the coin. Again, a very rare find for us as detectorists to find gem and choice coins. They are the top edge of the coins. They're the most valuable of the coins. Okay, once we get to uncirculated, which we're on now, this is where most coins we find detecting start. This is probably the best quality coin that we find as detectorists that's been in the ground. Okay, and basically the difference between the previous two, okay, and uncirculated is that we're starting to get some marks on them. Very, very few marks, but we're starting to get some actual marks on them. However, you would have to look at these marks through a magnifier of some description to start to see them. So with the naked eye, this is also an almost perfect coin. Okay, as we go through, you will start to see these coins lose a little bit of the definition on them, particularly around the crown. George's crown there, you can already see a little bit of wear in the center of the crown there. Okay, so almost uncirculated is the next one. A lot less definition on the crown, if you notice. We were just looking at the crown there a minute ago. A lot less definition. So as it states there, traces of wear on those high points. Normally you would when you start to see some wear on the crown on a florin, for instance, every coin will have a different wear point. It's normally in the center of the coin, or away from the edge if it's got a raised edge on it. But yes, so okay, so next is extremely fine. You will see a lot more wear on George's crown there. You will see that there's a lot of marks. The luster is there, so it's not as polished as what the previous coins have been. So that luster is a usage luster. and it normally hangs towards the edge of the coin and around the numbers. If you can see the 1911 there, we're looking at a 1911 florin. You can see the luster on it. Okay, so what are we up to? Extremely fine, very fine. Look at those flat spots starting to develop on the shield, round the heads of the kangaroo and the emu, and around the crown. Now we're going to depart from our run down through the list, and we want to just put a gem coin up. We're just going to flick up the gem coin, so have a very good look at that fine. Taylor, can we throw up that gem coin just quickly, just as a comparison? There we go. Look how sharp that crown is. Look how sharp the detail is around the heads of the animals, the shield. And if we can just go back to that one again, Taylor. Look at the detail loss we've seen there. So as we're going down, we're losing a lot of detail. It doesn't look much as you flick through these images, but it is a massive, massive difference. So now we're going to go into a lot of the coins we find. 95% of the coins we find are very good and good. Very good, right? More wear. We've lost the crown, okay? 4/5 from what was at the top of the feature design. So basically lots of marks, lots of luster around the edges. The edges are starting to wear. We've lost 90% of the definition on that crown. So it's a very, very worn coin, okay? This is not what we normally find. Now, if we go to good, you will see we've lost the crown almost completely. We can't see the writing on the shield anywhere near as clearly. The Advance Australia on the florin, for instance, it does show the full outline of the design, and there is a lot of marks on it and very, very worn. This is probably the most common coin, like state of coin, that we find here. So now, as it says there, we've gone through the values, okay? As we come down from gem coins, proof coins, all the way through to good coins, okay? Good coins are just worth the weight in metal. They're not worth anything else, really, unless you're talking about those really high value 1930 pennies, that sort of thing, where a good coin is worth value. Okay, so that coin there, it's still a good coin because the outline's still there. However, really only worth the cost of the metal or the bullion. Okay, so how does the value of coins, the condition of coins, affect their value? Righto, we'll throw that one up there. So I've just picked two, a half sovereign and I believe that's a full sovereign, the bottom one. We've got up there half sovereign, but it is not a half sovereign. That's a full sovereign prices. Okay. So just to give you some idea there, this is out of the Renix book. I'll show everyone that book, and this is the book, the Renix book. You can purchase these online. It is a very, very good book for this. Okay, so this is the values out of the Renix books. So if we were to look at a 1909 Perth, this is the detail in the detail in the Renix book. So if 1909 Perth at the top there, 44,000 minted, right? So fine condition, right? It doesn't even get it basically anything below fine value is bullion value. So it's a gold coin, so it's got weight to it. So so fine coin, $325. Okay. but a gem coin or so a perfect coin is $18,000. Okay, so I believe there is no proof coins, or there's no data on proof coins there. You'll see the proof column is missing. Okay, so as you can see, as you drop down in value, like a very fine or extremely fine coin or an uncirculated coin is a very rare coin to find for a detectorist. It is probably, to get above very fine, it is probably only 2 or 3% of the coins that we find as detectorists. It's not very many coins at all. So to find something that's uncirculated is very, very rare. So if we were to look at an 1899 Melbourne, that's actually a full sovereign. That one there, we've got it listed up there as half sovereigns, but it's actually a full. We only picked the 1899 Melbourne sovereign simply because a customer asked me about a value on it today. So the 1899, obviously there was 5.57 million of them printed. So bullion value all the way to uncirculated. So almost uncirculated, I should say. And that's when the value kicks in. And as you can see, that really, being a gold coin, we probably wouldn't find too many uncirculated coins. So as you can see there, the prices are dramatically affected by the condition of the coin. So guys, that is the first edition of coins. I just wanted to obviously let you know that Renix is the place to get this information from. If you don't want to, those books are available. They're about $40 or $50. If you're into coins, you've already own it. But if you want any information, I can probably help you out with that. So that's first edition. So now we're going to move on to in the next week's episode. If you're watching this down the track, now all these prices are based on 2020 values. So in the next week's episode, we're going to dive into specific coins and look at what the values are and if there is anything exciting about them. Okay guys, that is the pre-episode 1 edition of coins. It's all about grading. So stay tuned if you like this. There is more coming. We'll put a playlist together with all the coin videos ready to go. You've made it to the end. So thank you very much for that and being part of the Gold Digger Nation. Don't forget, you can see us on, over this direction, all of these channels. And also on the Daylight Helpline, you can feel free to give us a ring, customer or not. Feel free to give us a ring and ask for advice. Thanks very much, guys. See you next time.